conspiracy. Like he's, holy smokes, what a wild time to be alive. Like there is just so much crazy crap happening in this world. And this Epstein thing, I don't know if anyone follows this kind of thing, but I kind of like to follow the news, you know, but this is wild. Like it's the amount of gaslighting that was done over the years about this guy, and the amount of conspiracy-ish stuff that's kind of around it. I think at this point we all kind of would agree that our government is wildly corrupt, and all the conspiracy people, like most of them at this point, have been proven right, which is wild. When are we as a society going to get to the point where we look at the conspiracy theorists as the people that are actually telling the truth, and we look at the people on the news as essentially worthless propagandists? Like I don't know when we get to that point, but it's wild, you know. So we're gonna talk about the Epstein Files conspiracy a little bit, but more importantly, what I want to talk about from the Epstein Files point is there ever going to be any accountability? And that's the thing. I don't think there is. I'll just say it right off the bat. I don't think there's any accountability. And when people want to focus on what is in the Epstein Files, the more important thing is to focus on who is in the Epstein Files, and then what is going to be the accountability. Like, is there going to be any kind of hearings? Are they going to subpoena any of these people? Is there going to be anything? Because the truth is that until we have accountability in our government and in the people of that are like the elites, you know, until we have accountability of these people, like we got nothing. You know, it's like, when are we going to hold anybody accountable this way? Because I mean, you and I, we would all be held accountable for the smallest thing. These guys get away with murder. I mean, they get away with just the nastiest, wildest stuff. And again, we would never get away with that stuff, you know. So when are we going to have accountability? So I don't know if we'll ever get it, but anyway, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So again, this is my live feed. My name is Eric Wilkin. I own the Splendid Crow here in St. Louis, Missouri. We're a fine furniture company, and I like to talk about all kinds of topics on my live stream, right? So again, small business owner. We got 9 or 10 employees. We do a small 7 figures. We have a real business that makes American-made furniture here in America, and so I like to talk about things from the standpoint of someone who actually is a business owner in America making American stuff, and who's kind of figured it out, right? Never graduated high school and somehow figured this thing out and made a decent living for myself. And we talk about all these kind of things. You know, we talk about how to make money from an idiot's point of view. I don't try and sell you courses. I'll try and sell you guys nothing. We go back and forth about things. My business isn't selling you something other than furniture, which you can go to thersplendidcrow.com and see. Most of you can't afford it. I could barely afford it, but it's a business, right? And I'm always telling you guys, if you want to make decent money today, you want to beat inflation, you want to beat the high cost of living, you got to start with the small business, guys. You know, so if you guys want information about that kind of stuff, I got a lot of videos talking about business, how to make things, all kinds of fun stuff. But we're the real deal here. So anyway, let's talk about this Epstein Files thing, because it's, you know, it's current events, and we like talking about current events. You know, why not? So we got our cup of coffee. I got my cup of coffee in here. You got Pete's coffee there. It's fucking amazing. All right, so what do you guys think about the Epstein Files? You know, you guys are put in the comments, tell me what you guys think. Hit the like button, add the discussion. We're going to kick this thing around. We'll get the algorithm going, and we'll see how many people we can get in here to talk about freaking this Jeffrey Epstein guy. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the fact, guys. So the Epstein Files have been talked about forever. Epstein as a guy has been talked about forever. I mean, you're going back to like early 2000s, right? They just released basically 3 million files. Okay, now there are 6 million files. Okay, so bear this in mind. When everyone's like, "Oh God, burn! Look, there's Donald Trump's in there. Burn! There's, you know, Larry Summers. Burn! There's Howard Lutnick. Burn! There's all these people." The good shit hasn't even been released yet. Like we know how it's been. It's just been this drip, 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 drip. Finally, they do a big dump. Conveniently, when they're talking about going over and bombing another third world country. But yeah, they're doing this kind of stuff right now. And it's kind of wild. So the stuff that came out is kind of bullshit, guys. Like, remember Trump saying, "Oh, there's no files. These files aren't there. There's nothing there." You got, who else is Ben Shapiro? "There's no Epstein files. It's gone. They got rid of those years ago." Dan Bongino, "Oh, Epstein didn't kill himself. There's nothing there." Blah, blah, blah. Like, all these people are completely full of shit. And the question is why do these people say this stuff? It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no benefit to saying there's nothing. There's no benefit to saying that there is something. Like, just move on to important shit. But for whatever reason, these guys everyone has to disavow these things. And clearly, there's something there, right? There is a there. It's very obvious that you got a lot of people go into this. And the guy I want you guys to really pay attention to is Howard Lutnick, okay? And he's essentially our commerce guy in the government right now. He's not the president, which the president's also in there. And the thing about Trump, like, Trump's always been kind of Like any man that doesn't do drugs and doesn't drink, like he's got a vice, and his vice is pussy. Like there's no doubt about it. Like this guy was totally into chicks, and again, all you really had to know is he bought the was it the Miss America pageant, and again, like these are young impressionable girls, and here's this dirty old man around all the time. He's always around chicks, and man, like men are men. Like everybody, especially every man, has some kind of a vice. And again, don't drink, don't do drugs. You're into women, that's the only thing, that's the only possibility, right? I mean, again, like who are the guys in here? Add to the comments, like you guys let me know, what are your vices? I mean, am I completely wrong here? I mean, I don't hope I'm giving too much away about being a man, but like I like drinking, I never did drugs, and I love women. Like those are my two vices, right? And I love gambling. And Trump, I don't know if Trump's a gambler, but like Jesus Christ, like we all have bad shit about us that isn't great, junk food. Yeah, there you go. Like we all have stuff, and Trump is just, I mean, wildly known to not be into drinking and not be into drugs. And part of it, I think, is because his brother died of alcoholism. That's pretty legit, I would say. That could mess anybody up. But always been around beautiful women. Tons of allegations over the years. Like, again, like, you got to call a spade at some point. Like, Trump loved pussy. Like, whatever. Like, everyone's got their vice, and of course the dude's a massive narcissist, and you got to get your release somehow, whether it's junk food or booze or gambling or something, like working on cars, spending money. I don't know, but that's clearly what Trump's going on. So anyway, this Epstein guy, like clearly this guy was some kind of a paid asset. Like a lot of people talk about Mossad like this. They try and link the Israel Epstein thing, and I'm sure there's something there, but the world is built on blackmail, guys. Like I honestly believe that like the minute you become somebody, it's just a matter of time before you're put in a compromising position. But fortunately, we have the internet today and like X and TikTok and all these kind of things, and it really allows you to be really open and transparent about who you are. That's one of the reasons I do these streams. Like the number one rule of business, guys, is you do not talk about politics. You do not talk about anything as it pertains to alienating any of your customers. Like, so me, I always talk about this kind of stuff. Like, I don't think that that's right, that we as people can't have a position on things. We can't talk about these kind of things because we're real people and we want to have talk about real things. You really want to like, know, and trust somebody, you got to put them out there. That's why a lot of these YouTube people, a lot of these Instagram people, they're fake as fuck. Like, it's really disgusting. And then you go look at their business model and you're like, oh, I kind of like this person. What do they sell? And you find out they don't sell jack shit. They sell clicks, they sell sponsorships, they sell products that they're being paid to hawk. They're like, well, you don't actually have a business. Like, you just sell shit. You're a beautiful face, and that's it. Or you're some jack dude selling, whatever, testosterone. It's like, or you're some young chick selling hair care and skin care products. Like, yeah, of course you're gonna fucking sell skin care and your skin's gonna look amazing. You're 22. So people are very interested, and so what I think has happened is over the years, these people, the minute they start coming up and getting some notoriety, you start to get a little bit like, yeah, man, I'm kind of the man. Like, I got a little bit of money, chicks want me. I got a nice car, guys want to know how I did it. It's very easy to fall into that trap, right? Which I think everyone is susceptible. And guys, give me just a second. We'll dig in the comments. We'll start batting this thing around. But I think that's what happened to a lot of these powerful people. But the person you guys need to pay attention to is this Howard Lutnick guy. This guy is a fucking crook and a complete sleazebag, right? So if you guys go Google this guy, Google him in the Epstein files, what you're gonna find out is that he did an interview back in, I wanna say it was like 2008. They were asking him about Jeffrey Epstein, and he's like, oh no, I got into the room with this guy, and he talked about massages, and he pointed to a massage room, and I was there with my wife, and me and my wife, we immediately agreed we were never gonna be around this guy again. Well, come to find out a couple of years later, he's emailing this guy, his wife is emailing Epstein, and they're asking, hey, Jeffrey, when are we gonna go hang out at the island? When's the raucous party? We're gonna bring our kids. And it's like, what the fuck is these people are so crooked, guys. Like you cannot hate these people enough, and just how crooked they are. Now, the question, follow the news for the next week or two, guys. Will anybody ask Howard Lutnick, why did you say those things in that 2008 interview? And then we have these emails here, and you're basically, asking when you guys can get down. And your wife said that she hates this guy. He's so disgusting, and we never want to be around these kind of people. Why was your wife emailing this guy? Like, are you guys hanging out or not? Did you lie then? Are you lying now? You're in a massive position of power I think he's like the commerce secretary. Like, this looks like a legit position. Like, what the fuck is going on? right? Do you really want these people in power? What is Trump going to do when he finds out this kind of stuff? I mean, not that he already knows, but nobody cares is the problem, right? So more people need to shed light on these people. And it's not the big people, it's the people that you don't know, right? These are people that are basically architects of our economy today, running around with a known pedo. Like, you can't have that, guys. Like, there's certain things in this life that you definitely keep on the down low, but there's other things that when those accusations come up, that means the people you're hanging around with are awful, okay? And again, anybody here that's on the stream, right, if you're gonna go hang out with a disgusting person and someone calls you out and says, hey, what the fuck are you doing hanging out with that person? You gotta be willing to say, you know, suck my dick, I'm gonna hang out with whoever I want. Or you gotta be willing to say, yeah, man, I shouldn't do that, I'm never gonna do it again. And there's not enough of that, guys. We do not have enough people in our circles that are willing to call us out on the things that we do. You know, it's like, as a business owner in the woodworking space, right? The only people I really talk to are other people that own businesses, right? Because they're the only people that can understand what it is that I have to go to. And when I go for these guys for like real advice about business, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about, I need to go find some veneer, or I need to go buy hardwood. I mean, these people will tell me, they'll be like, no, don't deal with those people. Already dealt with them, they're fucking crooks, you know, or don't go deal with these people, they're, you know, shady, or no, these are the people you want to deal with, tell them I sent you, right? There's this thing, we develop these communities of people that hold us accountable in good ways and bad ways. And I'm telling you that everybody around this Epstein guy is bad news. And that includes the President of the United States. That includes this Howard Lutnick guy, that includes Larry Summers. All these people knew kind of what was going on, and they chose to hang around these people. And again, I don't know about you guys, but like, my mom is a big deal in my life, not because she's like around a lot, but because when I was very young, I decided that I never wanted to disappoint my mother, right? It was like a real big thing to me, and I've never done it. And these people, I don't think they have a moral compass, guys. Like, once you've been in a situation where you're willing to do really nasty, dark shit, I think your moral compass is broken. And that's what I think is going on, guys. I think that we got just a lot of people. They got a little bit of, you know, they were geeks, they were nerds. Right? Let's look at Bill Gates. Like, we all kind of know about Bill Gates. Guys, I'm gonna get to the comments. Just give me a few more seconds here. Bill Gates is the worst. Like, this guy, like, again, I'm from the Pacific Northwest. Like, I got family in Seattle. A lot of my family lives in Seattle. Like, this guy, super geek, makes a cool product, and it wasn't enough to make a cool product and be kind of the man, you know, to help, like, usher humanity forward. I mean, Windows was a big deal, guys. I don't know if you guys remember when Windows came out, but I mean, it was a massive deal. And it wasn't enough for this guy to just, you know, marry some hot chick, have tons of money, maybe help the world, you know, move into whatever. It's like, no, I gotta go do something that is taboo, right? That I can't do. Like, I'm gonna go find some little girls or some little kids or boys. Or I don't know what this guy was doing, you know, but clearly he was going to a place to do something that he did not want other people to see. And then I think this one, it's well documented that his wife, was it Melania? I keep on saying Melania, it's not Melania. Melinda, his wife divorced him, and she actually in interviews said, like, well, it was this relationship with Epstein that was kind of weird. And then we find out that, like, he gave her an STD that he got from some Russian whores, and it's like, like, you can't make this stuff up, guys. And so the question now is anyone going to ostracize this guy? And the answer is no. Right? Because everybody wants something from this guy. Everyone wants the money. Everyone wants to, you know, be around this guy. And again, what I just told you guys, like, you are who you hang around with, right? So if people are still going to be like, oh God, we want to talk to Bill Gates. Bill Gates is awesome. He's such a visionary. He's such a luminary. It's like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, did he kind of do some fucked up shit to his wife? Like, what he's going like this Epstein? Like, what? Why would we want to do anything with this guy? This guy's a fucking piece of shit. But no one will hold him accountable. No one's going to hold any of these people accountable, guys. And that is the most telling thing, if you ask me. Okay, so let's dig into comments real quick. Let's bat it back and forth, and I'll continue. I got so much stuff on this Epstein guy. And again, I say this as a business owner's point of view. I'm not trying to be some Noah. I'm not some Noah. I'm just some dude runs a little business, not super smart, and life's pretty good here in St. Louis. And that's the where I'm coming from, guys. So just bear that kind of stuff. Hit the like button, add the discussion. And again, let's dig in the comments. Let's bat this thing around, guys. And again, this isn't a Trump bashing thing. This isn't a, you know, left versus right. This isn't a political thing. This is, who do you want to hang out with? Who do you guys want to be associated with? If you got a friend in your orbit that's fucking up, right? He's talking to you about how he's going to go fuck around on his wife. Like, are you going to say to that guy, like, dude, you need to knock this shit off. Like, I ain't fucking hanging out with you anymore if you do this shit. You know, you're a fucking loser if you do this kind of stuff. What do you want your kids to think about? What do you want the people around you to think about when they come around, you're screwing around with your wife with some dude? What's that look like? You know, Nobody is saying that to these people. They're all yes men. They're only surrounded by yes men. And when you're surrounded by yes men, you'll believe anything. I think they even named this Jay-Z guy. He's another guy. Again, I love Jay-Z as a rapper. I grew up with that guy, but if he's in this stuff doing these parties and hanging out, again, these people have got to be ostracized from society. Otherwise, this stuff will continue to happen. So, okay, sorry, guys. All right, we're going to go to the top here and dip through some comments. We got Trump USA in here. Trump, dude, good to see you. Trump, yeah, that's all right. Well, what are your guys' vices? Again, Trump doesn't drink. He doesn't do drugs, clearly, but loves women. He just loves women. And I love women too, but I've always been kind of a monogamous guy, but I love looking at women on the internet. I love looking at women when they walk by. My wife knows that I like looking at women when they walk by, but my wife's a 10. I got so lucky. I married the hottest chick in the world, but still like to look at chicks, But my vice, I like to gamble. I like a little drink every now and again, but I never liked drugs. I never really was a womanizer type woman chaser, but everybody's got something, right? So that's the thing this Epstein guy has, man. When pussy is the thing that you're giving people, that's tough for guys, And the funny thing about this stuff is you don't hear a lot of chicks, right? You've got that Ghislaine Maxwell, again, I think they put a little too much of the problem on her. I think she's a little bit of a scapegoat if I'm being 100% honest, but if you're going to do that kind of stuff, a woman is going to be much more able to draw other women in, which is absolutely disgusting. You're a disgrace to your sex, big time. It's what anyway, okay, let's go into the comments. Okay, we got who's this Tim MC Lendon 7479. Who the hell sat down and writes 30 million files on one person? So that's the thing, guys. Listen to this. So there's 6 million files, right? 3 million have been released. It's been documented that there's 6 more. They've already said that, okay? My question is, again, if they had this information starting back in the early 2000s, and they're saying, you think we wouldn't arrest people? You think we would just sit on this information? It's yeah, motherfuckers, y'all sat on this information. You sat on it forever. But again, is anybody going to hold these people accountable? Remember that freaking guy, Dan Bongino? He's I'm going to go in there. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to leave my podcast. And I'm going to go into the government and I'm going to fix things. I'm going to stir shit up. That guy did nothing, right? You wait. He's going to come back on his show this week and he's going to be well, I saw this and I did this and I did this. He's going to talk about the Epstein files and how, we need to go after this person. We need to go after that person. And nobody's going to be hey, bitch, you were in there forever. What, for 10 months, whatever. Did you do anything? What did you find? Oh, we found the pipe bomber. No one asked you to find the fucking pipe bomber, dude. You were claiming Epstein forever, built up your show, made you this megastar, and now everyone's going to be asking you, why didn't you do anything? And you're well, there was nothing. Remember he got up there? Oh, there's nothing here to see. Epstein killed himself, blah, blah. Again, everybody that is associated with the story is wildly discredited. The story isn't the issue. The issue is going to be, what is anybody going to do about it? And that's really what matters. People are going to hide behind, they're going to hide behind when you can't charge someone anymore, the legal liabilities. I forget what they call it, but that's the kind of stuff I think they're going to hide about. Or they're going to say, well, anonymous source. Or they're going to hide, sources and methods. They're going to have every excuse in the book except why the fuck were you hanging out with this guy? That's not true. I was one of the good. You remember Trump saying, this is so great. Trump's well, we don't want to release the file, because there's good people in there. We don't want to discredit people. It's again, if you're hanging out with these people, you should have to defend your name. This idea that no one should name you because you're a good person. Why should we believe anything you have to say in anything related to the story? Everyone in the story is crooked. They are discredited. Trump got to go, Lutnick got to go. And again, you can like Trump for what he's doing. You can hate Trump for what he's doing. The lies and the deceit. This is you can't come back from this. You cannot come back. And again, the 3 million files that haven't been released yet, that's the juicy shit. That's the stuff we're probably gonna have to wait another 6 months to get, or we're gonna wanna, some massive shitstorm's gonna happen in the Middle East and suddenly they'll drop a whole bunch of more files, right? And they'll be, look at the files as we go bomb poor people, it's look at anyway, okay, keep going. I'm sorry, guys. This stuff just gets me wild. So, all right, Trump, CIA. Yeah, I don't know if it's CIA. Again, the CIA, the FBI, all these people are culpable, guys. Why didn't the CIA do anything about this? And you'll say, well, the CIA is not supposed to, right? The CIA is not supposed to operate on American soil. I don't know if you guys know this kind of stuff, right? It's not supposed to happen, though. And yeah, he might have had an island out in the Bahamas, but this guy basically operated in New York, right? He got his money from the guy that founded Victoria's Secret. All that stuff's done here in America. CIA did nothing, right? FBI, they're the ones that are supposed to handle this shit. FBI clearly was taking tons of reports, had a lot of nasty shit, Nope, nobody was charged with anything. Like, I forgot to pay my taxes one year. I shouldn't say I forgot. I probably just didn't pay everything I was supposed to pay. Man, I've gotten letters for the last 3 or 4 years where you owe us money. You owe us money. When are you going to pay us? When are you going to pay us? We're going to come get you. We're going to send this collect, blah, blah. Like, it's fucking never ending. These people are potentially fucking little kids, and you can't get them to, like, knock on their door, send them a letter, certified, USPS. I know it's slow, but where is this stuff? It doesn't exist because these people are powerful, right? They've got money, they've got attorneys, right? And here's the thing, guys, you don't understand this about the legal system, okay? As a business owner, I've been sued. I've been what's the word I'm looking for? I've been questioned about the legality of my business. I mean, I've had, just you name it, I've had all kinds of things. The minute you bring a lawyer into the discussion, all the allegations, like I've had the state of Missouri come after me for things, right? And when the state of Missouri comes after me, it's like we're gonna shut you down, we're gonna red tag your business, you're gonna go out of business, you better comply with us, you better give us all the information. The minute you bring an attorney into it, everything stops, right? The state, the city, whoever's coming after you, it's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let's work something out, So the normal guy doesn't have a fucking chance, right? But the minute you get into these really high powerful people, they don't have one attorney. They've got an army of attorneys, right? This is why these guys have never been charged with anything. The minute the CIA or the FBI or anybody came after one of these guys just threw up an armada, see, it's a popular word right now, the armada of attorneys, and it just gets buried and buried and buried till eventually it's not worth fighting anymore. And that's what I think these guys do, which is really fucked up. So, okay. The First Avenger, you're back, dude. Good to see you, man. MAGA providing denial is not just a river in Egypt. Yeah. It's again, everybody is culpable, guys. Everyone's culpable in this situation. Yet they will not. No one will say, you know what? Yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that, or you know what? Like Trump has talked about this many times. You just deny and you deny and you deny and you deny, and you never admit to anything. The minute you give in or admit to anything, you're done, right? That's been his MO since the 90s, right? This is the way Trump does it. And all of his people do it, and his attorneys in the federal government, the Department of Justice, they're going to do the same thing. Like, this stuff will never see the light of day as long as the Department of Justice is here. Now, you might say, well, then we'll get the Democrats in here. Okay, well, when the Democrats get in, same deal. You think the Democrats are any fucking better? They're all doing the same thing. Men are men, right? Powerful people are powerful people, right? When you put them in a compromising position, because they think, I'm the fucking man. I made this business. I did this thing. You didn't help me. I'm so great. Everyone wants to be like me. Men want to be me. Women want to be with me. Someone's going to show up that's going to offer you something that maybe you can't get with your big dollars, right? Your big ego can't get you the sex sandwich with underage chicks, right? That guy's going to show up, and when that happens, it doesn't matter if you're Republican, you're Democrat, you're morally fucked, right? You are compromised forever, because there's no going back from that to the public. And if that stuff comes out to the public will crucify you, right? If society found out that some guy out there was doing this kind of stuff, and society had a chance to do justice for themselves, trust me, that guy's not making it out of small town America. Like, that, it ain't gonna happen. Like, people will take care of that person because they know that the federal government's not gonna do it, right? They know these people are never gonna receive accountability. And this is the thing that I'm super fearful of, right? Who is gonna be the one to say, you are a bad person. You shouldn't have been there. You should have been, emailing with this guy. Why are you emailing this guy? And nobody's gonna do it, guys. They are all just, the wagons are circling right now. So, all right, more comments. Let's see. This is Dina 44 Kelly. It's all good. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. It's wild. And again, this is like, and I talk about things like really real. Like, I'm a guy. Like, I get it. Like, I love beautiful women. I love chicks. Again, I've been married forever. Like, it's not like, I'm holier than that. Oh, never. I love these guys that are just like, oh, I only look at my wife. I only have eyes for my wife. I only have eyes for my girlfriend, my fiance. I'm so great. And you come to find out they're screwing around. How many times have we seen this? It's like everywhere. It's so disgusting. Thank God we have the internet, because now a lot of these people get called out. But this whole Epstein thing went on before we had this massive internet thing going on all the time. Cameras everywhere, content going on all the time, discussions going back. And look, you got a no-name business person talking about Epstein, and we got lots of people later that want to talk about this kind of thing, and we'll figure it all out. Like, the truth will come out, and all these experts and all these pundits, right? Like we see this Ben Shapiro guy. This guy's a fucking piece of shit, man. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, this guy's entire business model is based on protecting these Jeffrey Epstein types. Like, his entire business model is protecting whatever this Epstein thing is, which I hate to say this, but I really do think that there is something going on with intelligence agencies that use people to compromise people that have a lot of influence, right? That have a lot of ability to push markets, to move industry, to do things that normal people can't do. Like, they really put these people in compromising positions, because if you don't, these become the titans of everything. And when you have a political system, you can't have that, right? If enough people were to come out and say, you know what, like, we're going to follow Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is our guy, and what this guy says goes, which could happen. Elon Musk might say, well, you know what? FBI is gone. They're too compromised, right? They lied about, JFK. They lied about, Epstein. They lied about MLK. CIA. These guys lied about everything as well. Like, eventually, someone's going to say, we can't have this anymore. So these guys have to have these people. They got to have them in their back pockets, so that the influence that really popular, powerful people would have is negated by the intelligence agency. So I think that's what this guy was doing. And it takes a special kind of person to do what it seems like this Epstein guy was doing. And it takes an even more special person to be okay with it. Like, again, the Jeffrey Epstein thing, like, I can justify all that. Like, that guy, yeah, he's sick fuck, right? But nobody said anything. Like, you're telling me there wasn't one guy out here, that wasn't willing to say something, And it just blows my mind that there aren't more people that had information about what's going on. But I think a lot of people they're into that stuff. And our society is in rough shape, guys. Like, if there's enough people that think that kind of shit's okay, like, man, I hate to say it, you guys ever seen The Purge? We need one day. We need one day where society can go out and look at what's going on in our country and, make a movie. Because it's just, you can't hold people accountable where there's no mechanism to hold people accountable. Whether it's potentially this Jay-Z guy, whether it's this Howard Lutnick guy, where it's the president of the United States, there is no mechanism to get these people in front of the public to say, you know what, motherfucker, you owe me an answer. And you can't just say, oh, it wasn't me. Like that song, wasn't me. I caught you in the bathroom, wasn't me. Caught you at Epstein, wasn't me. Like, they just somehow, these guys get to say that kind of stuff. And nobody in the media even is like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to take your fucking answer. We got this, and this. What are you doing? Why are you acting this way? Why are you around these kind of people? Why does it seem that everyone that surrounds you, is into little girls and stuff? Like, I could just, like, as a guy with two stepdaughters and a son, like, I can't imagine a man that would ever tolerate that kind of stuff. Like, and there's no jury in America that would convict a guy for doing what any other man would do if it was their kid to one of these people. There's no jury in America, not even in California, not even in the Pacific Northwest where I'm from, where they love criminals, right? I don't think that they would do that, And again, zero accountability. I cannot wrap my head around that part of it. Like, I can believe everything is in the Epstein files. I believe all these people are into that shit, but the fact that nobody will hold these people accountable, wild, guys. So, all right, let's keep going. Sorry, guys. Who's this? None of your business, man. Good name. If Trump has in the files, then Biden would have used it in 20. And again, I think you're probably right, But again, that Biden guy, man, he's kind of a sick fuck too, And this is the thing that I'm talking about, guys. Like, for some reason, when you get to these levels, I've always heard that, when you get really successful and you get really high up in your industry, you develop a certain form of narcissism, and you have to have it to be at those levels, right? And when you're that narcissistic, you can convince yourself of anything, right? Ends justify the means, no matter what it is. Like, no, this is just how it is. We're all into little kids, and we all got to kind of have something on each other to keep the thing going, right? Like, I talked to you guys about the monetary system. I'm about to lose a bunch of people here. Give me 10 seconds. The monetary system was started basically in the 1800s by the Rothschilds, got into the Fed in 1913, and then we had J.P. Morgan. We had all these people that built up this debt system that we have now. Every country is in debt to every other country, and it's basically all done by the International Monetary Fund. And we have the same thing in this whole pedo thing. Like, there's this situation where it's like, well, I can't rat you out because I'm guilty too, and then I know all the people that are guilty. Well, you can't rat him out. He knows all the people and everybody is guilty. It's just, It's wild, guys. This is what I believe. I could be way off. I mean, what do you guys think? Okay, let's see. It's rotten. Yeah, it's getting bad, Steve. And that's why I'm saying, like, at this point, like, I'm all about the purge. Like, like, not advocating for murder or the doing away with people, but I think it's been a while since we've thinned out the dry brush. You know, this old way of thinking that, like, because again, I like my dad, hardcore dude, like middle class guy, welder his entire life. Like, if I came to my dad and I was like, Dad, you know what, man, like, kind of around with this little chick, you know, and she was kind of, I think she was like maybe 13, you know. It's like my dad would fuck me up, and then he'd send me to jail. My dad would never, ever allow that kind of shit. Never, ever. Like, I would never even tell my dad that stuff because he'd fucking kill me, you know, and he'd have every right to. And again, there's no jury in America that'll be like, well, you know, his son was kind of a sick fuck, and well, we better let him go. It's really his dad, you know, probably drove him. Like, no, it's not going to happen. But again, no accountability for these people. Zero. They don't care if they disgrace their family. And the people that they marry are into it. If you guys notice this kind of stuff, they're in on it. And it's not just the men. Like, the men I can understand, but like the women, like, these are your own people, you know, your own sex. Like, holy shit, man. Like, these guys got daughters, they got, you know, sons, and it's like, I can't wrap my head around. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I keep going. Gates is, like I said, Gates is I get Gates has nerd complex, right? It's like, oh, I was made fun of, and everyone, you know, gave me wedgies and noogies, and everyone, you know, made fun of me, and I had to do everyone's papers or they'd kick my ass because I was the geek, you know. You get a little bit of that, and once you get money, you're like, yeah, motherfucker, I got the 80,000 square foot home with the digital walls, and everyone's my bitch now, and you get a little bit of that inferiority complex, and that makes sense to me, you know, but I mean, his wife was the only one, I think, that really held him accountable, and she didn't even hold him accountable in a public way. And my guess, and this is, ladies, don't hate me for this, but my guess is Gates built that company, and she got $30 billion when they got divorced. My guess is there was a big chunk of that was, well, hey, you know what? You want this money? Shut your fucking mouth. And she was like, yeah, I'd rather have the money. And that's what I think. And I could be way off. I got no idea. That's what I think. And that's the thing. Money, like, I won't say money it corrupts ultimately, but like, she didn't need all that money. Like, she didn't need all that money. Why? Like, spill the beans, man. Like, you can't tell me she didn't know some of what was going on there. Like, I refuse with it. Why isn't someone subpoenaing her and saying, you know what, you need to testify. What did you see and who was there, right? You won't get it. You won't get it. And then if it does go to Congress, Congress just loves to, everything's closed door. You can't know. It's like, fuck me, man. This is my government. You guys work for me. But they don't actually work for us. That's when they redact everything. Like, you guys look at those files. Usually there's all kinds of shit blacked out. And we got to redact sources and methods. Like, no. At some point, if it's so old, like, again, like the JFK files, the MLK files, all these kind of things, like, once you hit like 20 years, fuck your sources and methods. The taxpayers own that shit. That's our information. You have to give it to us. And they're like, no, we don't want it. We got to protect our source. No, you're protecting pedophiles. You're protecting criminals, and you're doing it in the name of liberty. You're doing it in the name of the American way. Well, the American way ain't that, guys. The American way is not hiding and creating rings of nasty people doing nasty shit so you can entrap people, so that you can capture them. Like, that is not America, you know? So what are we doing? What do we do? How do these people get in these positions? You know, and the only honest person in there is that fucking Thomas Massey guy. Thomas Massey wanted this stuff to come out. They trashed him. Now they're trying to run him out of office. That Marjorie Taylor Greene chick, she wanted this, right? They ran her out of office. That Lauren Boebert, right? Lauren Boebert's hot, you know. The best thing I ever saw about Lauren, my wife's always giving me shit about this, but the best thing about Lauren Boebert is someone said a loss for Lauren Boebert is a win for OnlyFans. I've always thought that was so damn funny. Like, just cracked me up. Like, but that chick, I mean, what balls on her, you know? Trump literally called her to the White House and said, you need to change your fucking vote. We ain't getting these things out. And she said, sit and spin, bitch. And they got released, you know? And so there are some people that seem to have some integrity, but very difficult, you know? So, all right, let's keep going. Okay, I'm voting Trump 28 and 23. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just want people to be honest, man. I just want accountability. And if America suffers as a country because we have accountability, I think it will be better for our culture. You know, again, that's just how I feel. You could only go so far in one direction. Eventually, you got to reel it back in. You know, you got to be allowed to let new blood come in. You got new ideas to come in, and we've just protected our way of life and all these people for way too long, way too long. All right, this is Thomas X7 Jay-Z. Yeah, I think I talked about him. He's in there. It seems like I haven't read up on what he did. I have no idea, but yeah, I did hear that there's something going on there. Which again, like he's married to that? Who's that other chick he's married to? Is it Beyonce? You know, again, if he's doing this kind of stuff, he can't tell me she doesn't know this kind of stuff. And again, this is a woman that chicks would look up to. You know, it'd be like finding out Taylor Swift is going there, or finding out, you know, some of these other people are in that kind of stuff, and you're just like, what? Like, girls look up to you. People look up to you. Like, what is going on here? All right, let's keep going. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna jet through a few more comments. We'll kind of hear. I know we got a lot of people who want to talk about this thing. Man, I appreciate everyone being here, guys. Hit the like button, add to discussion, and let's get this topic blown up. Because, like I said, I really don't care about the Epstein files. I care about the fact that nobody is saying, you know what? You are dead to me. We're kicking you out of politics. We're bringing you up on charges. We're going to subpoena you, and you have to talk, right? You got to talk about what you saw and who was there. You got all these women, right, that are saying, they'll come in later and they'll say, Jeffrey Epstein brought me to the island and I was raped 3 times a day, right? Or they'll say that I was brought in there and I was, had to do thing A, B, and C, and it was disgusting. And again, where is the accountability? If a woman is willing to claim that, are none of these people alive anymore? Did they not know who these people were? Did they never heard the name George or Bill, or they never heard any names? Like, I really find it hard to believe that the FBI, in all their capabilities, can't take this limited information that these girls would have had while they were being pummeled by dudes, and they couldn't do something with it. I refuse to believe it. Like, again, they have no trouble holding us accountable. They can, if you sell a fucking $300 thing on eBay, they're sending you something from the IRS saying, bitch, where's our taxes? Like, they know everything you're doing, everything you got going on your phone, everything on Cash App. Again, they got a ton of emails, so clearly there's some kind of electronic record, but they can't fucking figure out any names. 0 charges. Oh, we can't do it because it's going to affect our methods and sources. Like, if I hear the fucking words methods and sources one more time, I'm going to choke to death. Like, these people hide behind this kind of stuff, and they don't even realize that they work for us. If the American people say, you know what, put the files out, and again, they released 3 million of them. Like, I was told that they didn't have any files. Like, where is Congress saying, you know what, you fucking said this thing. You said there's no files, there's nothing there, blah, blah, and nobody is going back. And like, you guys see what I'm getting at? Like, this is insane. It is insane that nobody is willing to bring this part of the issue up. Like, people lied for years, decades at this point. Nobody's going back and saying, you know what? You perjured yourself. You lied to me. You lied to the American public. You lied to Congress. You lied on the news. You lied, you lied, you lied, you lied. We need some answers. Again, like, you guys remember the, who was it? Was it Roger Stone and Steve Bannon, those guys? They didn't show up but for a subpoena for Congress. They all had to go to jail. They had to go to fucking jail. They brought that Hunter Biden guy before Congress. No jail time. 0. Like, what? So certain people can defy Congress, and then certain people can't. Okay? Like, the accountability is all over the place, guys. It's really weird. All right, let's see. We got, this is Jeff Bruce, 8049, never vote Democrat again. Yeah, again, what are you going to, that's the thing, guys. Like, you've got shitty choice number 1, and you got shitty choice number 2. There is really no good option, right? And that was the thing about getting Trump in office. The idea of getting Trump in office was close the borders, mass fucking deportations, right? That was a big thing. Cut some taxes, get America humming, right? And now Trump's like, well, we're going to close the border. Then, okay, great, check. Deportations, whoa, hold on a second. Wait, we got 4 more years, right? We don't want to do this all at once. Let's give it some time, And they were like, okay, well, what about these whole taxes thing? Oh, everyone's going to get so much money back. You're going to get so much money back. Well, again, getting money back on taxes is great, but if you can't fucking afford anything anyway, like, what's the point? Like, you're going to give me some of the money back that I don't already have, or you're going to give me some of the money back that I then just have to give to the insurance company. My property taxes went up, car insurance went up, the cost of everything has gone up. You're going to give me some of my money back? Like, what money? I don't have any fucking money. Oh, we're giving back the most ever. Like, you hear this kind of stuff, and it's just like what is going on? Like, I can't wrap my head around it. It's like, sometimes we got tariffs, sometimes we don't got tariffs. Sometimes we're going over to bomb people in the Middle East. Sometimes we're not going to bomb people in the Middle East. It's like, I stopped all these wars. It's like, motherfucker, I see a lot of war going on. Like, I see a lot of conflict going on. It's like, we're sending our military all over the place. Like, what wars are you stopping? Like, you're just instigating and causing trouble. You're stirring a bunch of shit up. And then you drop these Epstein files, and it's like, oh, wild times. It was wild times. Let's keep going through comments. But yeah, I don't know who you vote for. Like I'm a Thomas Massey guy at this point. I think that guy's pretty uncompromising. When the president comes after him, he basically tells him, like, bring it. Like, whatever, you're not going to vote me out. My people aren't going to vote me out because you told them to. Like, they see what a fucking douchebag you are. They see, what a charlatan you've been. They see what kind of person you are. They see the kind of people you surround yourself with, and they don't like it. They're not voting me out of office. Like, get the fuck out of here. Not going to happen. And again, if the people in Kentucky vote out a guy like Rand Paul, super principled, and again, I don't agree with this guy and everything. Like, he hates tariffs. I love tariffs, but you cannot deny the guy is crazy principled. And that's what we need, guys. That's what we need more of. We need people with principles that are willing to call people out, and just, politicians need to stop sucking each other off. Like, I don't know what better way to put it. Like, this is what they do. It's disgusting. And they need to start holding each other accountable, and we need to get a better quality of person going into politics. And this is why, my thought was always, basically your community needs to nominate people, right? And the communities need to nominate people that would then go and serve, right? This idea that we have all these votes, and you got the people that don't pay any fucking taxes, they get to vote for what their interest is, which they're always going to vote for themselves for money, right? That's what they're going to vote for. Then you got the wealthy people. They're going to vote for zero regulations. They don't want any regulations, but they want tax cuts, right? They don't want to pay any taxes. So everyone is voting for the exact same thing for 100 years at this point. Nobody's voting for anything better. Nobody's voting for anything different. They're just pitting the poor against the rich. And we're just left with these shitty candidates, So instead of people that, like, I talk about Obama all the time. Like, Obama is the most mediocre person that ever got into politics. Like, he was so mediocre, it blows my mind that guy was ever junior senator who's essentially a community organizer. Like, if that guy wasn't black, he would have never been voted into office. And I don't say that, this is a racist statement. It's just to say that no one would have known who this guy was, right? And he would have had to go get a real fucking job like anybody else. Same thing with George Bush. George Bush, his dad had all the money, had all the connections to the Saudis, right? He was the governor, got voted in because he was a Bush in the state of fucking Texas, right? Like, not a big deal. Again, super mediocre. Went in the National Guard, hardly had to serve anything. At least he went and did something. I'll give him that. But his dad protected him from everything. You do not want these kind of people as politicians. You want people that have to grind and deal with the taxes, deal with the bullshit of trying to start something, make it in this life. You need these people getting into office, and I don't think that's what we have today. And that's just how I think. I don't think it matters who you vote for. You need to vote for people that have seen some shit, right? People that have been in the military. I think that's a great way to go. We don't take very good care of our veterans, and I think that we need to take care of them. I think these people have seen what real conflict is like, have been in real shit, and then when they come home, they're fucked over by the very country they went and fought for. Get those people in office. They'll fix some stuff. And the military people, like, I don't think if you got a guy who was a Navy SEAL, and that Sean Ryan guy's a great example. I don't think if you had a guy who was a special operator and someone said to him, what, you want to go mess with some little girls? I don't think you're gonna get that guy. I don't. I think a guy's gonna look at you and he's probably gonna put your lights out. They just like, I just think there's a certain class of people that it's not they're not compromisable, but we prop up these people that haven't really done anything. Like the last Joint Chief of Staff guy we had, I'm sorry, I forget his name, but like that guy was a fat fuck. Like you can't have that kind of person being an example for your military people. You can't have it, right? Someone needed to hold that guy accountable and nobody would, right? Then you get this Pete Hegseth guy and they're like, say what you will about the guy. The guy's out there doing fucking PT with the people that he's over, right? As a business owner, you think I'm gonna ask my employees to do something that I won't do or that I'm unwilling to do? I won't have it. It won't work that way. I'm not going to ask someone to clean the fucking toilets if I'm not cleaning the toilets. I'm going to ask someone to show up at 6 a.m. if I'm not willing to show up at 6 a.m. Like, we need more of this in our government if we're going to fix this super wild problem that we have with things like Epstein. So, all right, keep going through comments. Let's go. Jennifer Miller says, let's see, Jennifer. Okay, good. Let's see. Because he was still alive. Okay, again, I'm not quite sure who you're talking about. I'm sorry, guys. I know I ran my mouth. We're going to go through comments. Go through comments. Okay, all roads lead to Rome. Yeah, and that's the thing. America is in a precarious situation, right? And the thing that killed Rome, I mean, if you guys read your history, is that the people, when the spoils of all the war, right, the spoils actually came back to Rome, which is what made Rome so amazing, but it also made the people super decadent. And the country of America is actually pretty decadent, right? We've got a lot of spoils from cheap labor, right? A lot of these cheap labor from the rest of the world has built all of our shit. The companies bring that money back here and they pay taxes on it. Maybe not all they should pay, but they do pay taxes, and it's allowed us to raise the quality of life for every American, right? And that's been great. But the problem is that we never ask any of these other countries to be like America. That's what killed Rome. Rome grew so much, they forgot to hey, we need these fucking people to support Rome and want to be Romans, right? And they didn't, and then the Huns came in and fucking took them out, And again, when you're super decadent and you're just being lazy because you got all these spoils coming, it happens every single time. And that's where America is. Like, we're spoiled rotten. That's just, everyone can disagree. That's how I see it. So, but yeah, I agree. Rome is a great story about why we are where we are and how we got here. People can disagree. Okay, who's this? We got Chris David. Chris David says 4017, exactly 100%. They keep stupid people focused on Democrats and Republicans instead of seeing all the wolves and sheep slowly. Yeah, and again, the politicians, guys, like I say this as a business owner. Like, as a business owner, my job is to get my taxes down, get my costs down, and fucking make money. That's my job. Create jobs. I'm a job creator, right? That is literally what I'm supposed to do. But the problem is that the large corporations that are actually the big companies, right? The people that can pay for Epstein-esque stuff, right? You notice that these really wealthy, super successful people, they kind of develop into these really weird people. Like, if the Jay-Z's in there, again, probably the most popular, most successful rapper of all time from a money standpoint, again, what happened? Like, money wasn't enough. Having a hot wife wasn't enough. He needed something else. And guess what? Somebody had it for him. His name was Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Gates, again, super successful, super geek. Everyone probably made fun of this guy, called him dork forever. He gets a little bit of money, gets a little bit of success. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the fucking king of the world now, motherfuckers. And you better believe you wanted everyone to see how successful he was. But again, you can only have so much out in the public, right? It's like, oh, I need hey, I got something for you. Compromised, done, super powerful. I think it's what happens to these people, So it's just, it's a big battle, guys. You gotta have morals, man. That's why you gotta bring, like, I'm not religious, but man, we need fucking religion in this country, guys. We need something that can't be bought, and I think religion is the only thing that can do it. And again, I'm agnostic about it. So like, my honest belief with religion is like, if you're a good person in life, if there's an afterlife, it's gonna be good. If you're a piece of shit, guess what? Your afterlife's gonna suck. All right, Angie Carr, neither sir will be honest about Epstein at this point. No one should be. Yeah, and again, you're 100% right, Angela. Angie, I mean, you've nailed it. None of them are going to be honest about it because they all know someone that is compromised. They all know somebody who knows somebody who is in this world, and they choose to hang out with people instead of saying, you know what, you're dead to me. I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. And if you come near me again, like, I'm going to call you out, right? I'm going to take you down. And they don't do that, because they all want the money. They want the power. All right, sorry guys, I'm gonna speed up on my comments. I'm sure that people are just getting all irked because I'm way behind. So here, let's go to about halfway through. We got lots of comments, guys. Thanks for the like button and doing the discussion this morning. I know it's Sunday. It's good day. What else are we gonna do? It's fun. Okay. Let's see. This is Dead Man's System. There will be no accountability, especially with the left. Yeah, there's no accountability. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And the funny thing about the left and the right is, like, you hear it now, like, oh, the left's gonna totally burn everyone in the midterms. The left's gonna be, everyone hates Trump. Like, I'm here to tell you guys, like, a lot of people that don't hate Trump, they might not like all of his policies, but on the whole, they like what the guy is doing, and not because he's better or worse, but because we saw what happened the last, during COVID. Like, you can't undo what happened in COVID. Like, I'm sorry, like, again, zero accountability. Everything that happened during that time, no one went back and said, you know what, you people fucked up big time, and you're going to pay for it, because we don't want it to ever happen again. Just like the border situation, when Alejandro Mayorkas came up every year and had to, testify to what the status of the border was, every year he said, the border is secure, the border is secure. Nobody's went back and said, well, how come you told us the border is secure every year? Trump comes in and actually closes it down. Like, what, were you lying then, or are you lying now? Zero accountability, right? And they call the statute of limitations. That's the thing I was trying to say earlier. Everyone claims the statute of limitations, which is hilarious because, like, for a politician, I want to say it's like 4 or 5 years. So just as they get out of office, everything they said while they were in office becomes, you can't use it in court, because of statute of limitations. And that's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. If you're being dishonest with your people, the people that you're supposed to be representing, which in his case is the entire country, you got to pay. Like, somebody has to hold you accountable, And again, what is the charge, right? When's the last time we saw a treason charge in this country? I don't remember seeing a treason charge, And again, if anyone's going to put a treason charge out there, it's going to be Trump. It's going to be his DOJ, even though they're horrible. Like, Alejandro Mayorkas deserves a treason charge, right? Joe Biden, I don't think he deserves a treason charge, but what that guy did by pardoning this whole family, it warrants a lot of speculation. Right, and then people say, "Oh, Trump, what they always say about him, he pardoned all those J6ers." Like, again, I don't think that was a big deal. I really don't. Like, we got bigger fish to fry, yet we focused on that one day, this one time. You know, like, no one wants to talk about all the other bad shit that happened prior to that. No interest. You know, the thing that really affected the entire country, not this one little thing that's symbolically was bad. Like, we focus too much on these little things and not the big thing with the Epstein files. Oh, the Epstein files. We can't have this. Oh, Epstein this, Epstein that. Like, what? Like, how come nobody held this guy accountable? Or the people that was no accountability, zero. It's so frustrating. Okay, let's see. This is Nava Under Pressure. Edward Scissorhands is playing in the free movie channel. I love Edward Scissorhands. Johnny Depp. That was like this first Johnny Depp movie I think I saw him with. Then it was Benny and Jew, man. Benny and Jew was excellent too. All right, Slappy Joe. This is 6782. Project 25 was made up and bullshit with that. Yeah, again, all these people that come up with these think tanks and these stupid ideas, like, they push all this shit to distract everyone. It's like, I don't care about what the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation is ridiculous to me. It's a stupid think tank. I don't care about them. I don't care about the Cato Institute. I don't care about any of these people. All these so-called experts, they're not experts, guys. They're propagandists, and that's all they're trying to do is get you worked up, you know, so that you'll hate the other side while they implement their stupid policies. And again, this is all Epstein related, by the way, guys. This is all a push to do things in the Middle East, to do things to capture people so they can get policies passed so that people will do the things that they want to do. Like, even all this AI stuff, like, it wouldn't surprise me if this Epstein guy had something to do with why we have such a big, massive push for AI. Have you guys noticed this? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, again, I use AI. I like Grok. I enjoy talking to Grok about taxes and business ideas and all kinds of, you know, whatever stuff. But it seems like everyone dug in on this thing at the same time. And so they became the new thing to focus on. It's like, why? I don't understand why all these, and then you find out that Jason Calacanis guy, you know, again, that little fucking twerp, like, he's in the stuff too. And he's part of that all-in pod thing, you know. And again, I don't think the rest of those guys are in on that stuff, but this one guy, like, he was always kind of the one that didn't really belong there. And now it's like, he kind of shady dude, you know. I'm kind of wondering if there's something going on there, you know. And he's always been kind of a weirdo, you know, and a lot of these guys are weirdos too. But again, they push this AI thing like it's the next second coming of Christ. And I don't see it, guys. I don't know if you see it, but I don't see it. So keep going through comments, guys. Let me keep going. All right, so this is Derek Gordon again, 6381. Obviously, he doesn't read our comments or he will silence the Edward Scissorhand. No, again, who cares about Edward Scissorhand, guys? I don't think he's saying much. I'm going through them as fast as I can. And again, I don't do these streams as much as I should. I'm still learning how to do things, but okay, so you can silence people, so I'm guessing that maybe I click on this guy. So is he just saying the same thing? Because I'm not going through every single comment one at a time. I'm trying to kind of speed through the comments a little bit because, you know, it's hard to keep up. Let's see, he read my comment. This is Thomas. Yep, Thomas, great comment, appreciate it. Derek Gordon, obviously doesn't read. Okay, again, got that more of that. I read that one. This is Abby Cydia. Trump Tardo, yeah. And again, the issue isn't like Trump or Biden or Department of Justice or the CIA or the FBI. Like, it's way bigger than that, guys. And it's the lack of accountability for everybody that's involved in the situation. And this has been going on forever, guys. And we all know it. Nothing ever seems to change. And again, zero accountability. Like the Great Financial Crisis. Anyone go to jail for the Great Financial Crisis? Any of the banks? I mean, everyone got bailed out. You guys ever notice that big business always gets bailed out, right? Big business loves to, what do they say? Publicize the profits and then socialize the losses. You know, what do you think's happening with this AI thing, guys? Like, guess what? When it comes time for the AI thing to crumble, which it will crumble, this is all going to implode, guys, because AI really isn't worth the amount of money they're spending on it. But once this thing crumbles, some of these companies are getting bailed out, and you're going to pay for it. Guaranteed. There'll be one or two of them that are left, and they're going to reap all the benefits of being the last company standing, which happens in every industry. It doesn't matter what industry, whether it's, you know, locomotives or cars. It's always been the same thing. You know, the internet, right? You only had a couple of companies that basically survived the dot-com crash. It'll be the same thing here, you know. So, anyway, okay, let's keep going. This is this is Lisa D. Lisa, glad you're here. Thanks so much. Every person in Hollywood should be charged for knowing things and keeping their mouth shut. Everyone, yeah, 100%. So I was in the Baywatch movie. You guys probably don't know this, but if you watch the beginning of the Baywatch movie, I was one of the extras in there holding the kayak. You know, I spent 5 days on the movie set shooting with The Rock and Zac Efron and Alessandra, Diadaria Alessandra. I forget the hell her name was, but a lot of fun, man. It was fun being on set, seeing those people acting and doing the obstacle courses and hanging out on the pier. I mean, it was kind of fun, you know. But interesting group of people in Hollywood. Like it's yeah, it's there's a lot of bad shit that's going on there. But yeah, I'm not gonna comment too much on this. Okay, Epstein was a spy. This is again Abby again. Again, I think he was a spy too. I think that this guy was put here to basically compromise people that are captains of industry, people that can influence other people, and like real movers and shakers. I think all these people were compromised, and especially men. Like I've said, the psychology behind men, like especially if you've like never been somebody, if you've always been kind of a small person in stature and maybe you're short, you know, a skinny guy, you've never done anything in your life, the minute you get a little bit of power, a little bit of money, certain people, it just really goes to their head, and the need for more is insatiable, you know, until you get to that place where the only thing you got left to do is diddle little kids, you know, which is, or drink blood, or, you know, become a cannibal or something. Just the wildest shit you guys could think of, like human sacrifice, which all this stuff is in the Epstein files, by the way. like it's just wild, you know. So yeah, it's these people are all bad news, guys. All right, this is Lisa 74, or excuse me, 4743. Lisa, let's see. How do you know? Go to the feds with suspicions. Go to the feds because hubby gave her an STD. That's stupid. Just tried to blame a woman for her husband's choices. No. And again, I've said this many times, and I say this to all women. Like, all of you have a civic responsibility to your country. If something bad happens, especially something on that level, right? Your job is to go to the police. You know, and again, like an STD, that might be a little bit different. But I'm talking about, like, if you know about rape, if you're raped, again, you'll hear these stories where women will say, well, I couldn't, I can't talk, I can't do this. You know, my mental faculties were right. I was, you know, whatever it is that women say, I was violated, all these kind of things. Like, again, that's all terrible. But at some point, you've got to go to the cops. They'll say, oh, I've been violated all over again. So, well, how the fuck do you expect this not to happen again? Like, eventually, you got to speak up. You know, and again, all these girls that were in this Epstein, this is the only thing that I don't really understand is that nobody that was trafficked, not nobody, but very few people that were trafficked came up and said anything, right? You have a collection of girls that were with Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, yeah, we were raped and trafficked and all these kind of things, and we're going to tell our story. Again, where's the story? You know, again, like this stuff is wrong, guys, and everybody has to be held accountable. It's not just men, it's not just women, it's not just black people, white people, Asian people, you know, rich, poor, it's everybody. This is my big thing. Accountability has got to come for the good things and the bad things. And we're just not seeing a lot of accountability here, guys. And it's just super duper frustrating, you know? So, yeah, so Lisa, again, I disagree with you. Like I said, I think that anytime that kind of thing happens to a woman, it's terrible. But you have a civic responsibility. You know, this is part of our legal system. You need to hold these people accountable immediately and get them out of society, whether that's, you know, through prison or you just cut their dick off, like whatever it might be, you publicly shame them, you put them in the stocks like we used to do, and people just go around and piss on them. Like, there has to be something. Otherwise, it continues to happen. It's the same thing with the whole immigration thing. Like, the reason that you had so much illegal immigration is because it was allowed to happen. You know, the minute Trump shut the border down, guess what? No one shows up. The minute you hear about Trump, you know, sending people looking for illegal immigrants, it stops because no one wants to be arrested. No one wants to come here and then just get arrested and immediately deported. Same thing with the women and the whole rape thing. Like, it's just, you have got to hold these people accountable, and it's got to be ugly, and it's got to be awful, and it sucks, man. And I don't know a better way to do it that works for everybody. And again, as I get older in life, like I really have lost a lot of my empathy. Like, the stuff that I've seen as a business owner and trying to hire and fire people, and seeing the humanity and lack of humanity in people again. Like, this is the only way I see to do it, guys. So, all right, let's keep going. This is Steve Gavin. Steve Gavin, you literally just described someone brought into the scene as a community nomination. What is Obama? You're saying? Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying there, dude. But again, just my personal opinion. Like I said, anyone can talk. Like, putting yourself out there, I think, is a big deal. Putting your opinions out there is a big deal. Putting your situation out there for other people to judge, I think it's good. It makes us have better arguments as people. It makes us become more understanding of how people are. But when you dig in this rigid, you know, set of ideas that, you know, can't be argued away or negotiated away, or new knowledge can't change your mind, you're called an ideologue, right? You're unwavering, and that's no good, man. We can't have that. We got to talk, man. We got to bring these discussions out there and bring these conversations out there, because otherwise this stuff's never going to change. And the internet is the only thing that's going to fix this stuff. That's what I think. Okay, see, this is Truth Only 77. Dude, just got a mirror since you just like heard yourself. Well, I don't know that I'm just hearing myself talk, but hey, I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, add the discussion there, Truth Only. I appreciate your comment, man. This is Lisa D's back. Okay, yeah, you want people who know about world issues. You want people who know about world. Yeah, and I agree to a certain extent with what you're saying there. Not meek, humble, soft people. Yeah, and I agree with that. But you also have to have people that are America first. Like, I'm not an isolationist. In fact, I actually believe that I would prefer that people come to America and try and fuck with us. I really would. I don't like this idea of American going out there and projecting American might. I don't like the idea of us doing that, because what I think it does is I think that it breeds a lot of contempt for the next generations of the people that we fuck with when we go abroad. I honestly think that, and I could be way off. If America wants to patrol the waterways and keep commerce open, I think that's probably a good thing. But this idea that we go in and try and impose our way of life on people, I don't think that's good. If people want to come here and they want to fuck around and find out, great, bring it on. That's what our military is for. Our military is to come in, right? You fuck with us, and then we eliminate you from history. No one's ever gonna know you existed. We're gonna carpet bomb your entire country, and everyone's gonna die. And that's the mentality that I have. Like, let people be. If you want to live in a country if you want to have a country where all your people are oppressed, right? Like this whole Iran situation, great. That's what it is. If Israel wants to go over there and liberate those people, good. That's between those two people. That's not between us. We're not going to deal with that. We got other shit to deal with here. We got crooked politicians having sex with little kids and our government being okay with it, right? Whether it's CIA, FBI, the intelligence committee, our military, whoever it is doing that kind of stuff, we got people that are okay with that here. Like, I don't give a fuck about Iran, Israel, Greenland, Venezuela. We got to fix our own house before we can go talking about fixing other people. And yeah, you need hard-ass people, Lisa, to do that. Hard people. People that can't be uncompromised. That are not able to be compromised or have really, really, really strict morals. Like you see this guy, Lindsey Graham, like, what a fucking piece of shit. That guy, or Ted Cruz, like, these people are disgusting. They are warmongering pigs that don't give a shit about you and your family. If we got to go to war to go liberate some group of people that we will never fucking interact with, he's like, great, let's do that, America. And again, his bitch ass isn't going to go over there and do anything. Same with a lot of these military leaders. Like that Pete Hegseth guy, like, you might not like that guy, but I got a feeling that guy would go to the front line. Like, that guy is literally in with the guys. He's going wherever these people are. He's doing the PT with them. He's always around the troops. Most people, they're never around the people that they send off to war, which I think is disgusting. So anyway, great comment, Lisa. I appreciate it. So Fair Game says, oh, V, I don't know what that means. Steven's in here again. Steven Gavin, glad you're here, dude. These are terrible takes. Okay, well, that's cool, man. Like, go listen to someone else's take, or put your own cast on and talk about your own, thing. Again, you could probably grow it. It's taken me years to do this. Like, again, there's so much time where I've been talking to myself forever, and like, whatever. Like, you guys have to understand that it takes a lot of time to get traction with anything in life. Like, people want to have the success and they want to have the accolades and the respect and all these kind of things like day one. Like, people want the money. The minute you go into a job, you want to get paid as though you know everything and that you're, an amazing person, when the truth is you haven't done the work. And a lot of people love to talk to people and say, oh, you can't do this, you shouldn't do that, this is bullshit, blah, blah. And then you go look at what they're doing. They're not doing nothing. So we need more people that have scruples, right? That can't be sorry, I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. The people that can't be dissuaded, right? People that can't be, shamed into going away. Like, we need more of these kind of people. So, Steven, I completely disagree with you. We got Jay Gamer 2291, Realtor talk about Bush, dude. Yeah, and again, I've always thought that guy is like kind of a bitch, and then I'm tired of these people. You got these like families, right? You like got the Clintons. You can't get rid of these fucking people. You got the Bushes. You can't get rid of them. You can't. We've got, who do we got now? We got Trump, right? Like, Trump is like Trump is such a tough person, right? Because again, like, so many people hate this guy or love this guy. And I always say, when people want to talk shit on Trump, I always talk about his dad. He always say, oh, Trump inherited money. He's such a bitch, blah, blah. He's like the Bushes. Here's the difference between someone like George Bush and Donald Trump, okay? Donald Trump took what his father did and turned it into something better. Okay, George Bush didn't do jack shit. In fact, he fucking disappeared, right? This guy, once he wasn't president anymore, no one ever heard of this guy, right? And what I'm always telling you guys about being a business owner, like how nice would it be to have your own company that you could then pass down to your kids, right? So when you guys want to talk shit on Trump, right? Remember, his dad did the thing that I'm always talking about. Not necessarily Trump, but the thing that I'm always talking about, make something, do something great, do something you give to your kids, do something that your kids can work with you, right? If we want to have a family of people that really want to get along and prosper, bring your kids into your business. Like how many of you would like to have something like that? Like, do you really want to go to the job site framing houses and then bring your kid, hey, let's go frame houses for Eric's, framing company. Like maybe you want to do that for 10 years and then go start your own company. Get your kids in on it. Like, how great would that be? That is America. America is this idea of families owning businesses, families buying things from the other families that produce things, right? Not some fucking nameless company like Nike where you get all your goddamn shoes, from Vietnam. And then you send all the money to Phil Knight and then his shareholders. Like how nice would it be to, again, more people owning more businesses, educating their kids, and then maybe we don't need these fucking colleges, so they're just a massive waste of time at this point. You're just funneling money to these colleges to go give them something to do because there's no fucking small businesses anymore, right? And then when they get out of college, they're like, well, where's my 80 grand a year? And you're like, motherfucker, you didn't learn anything. Well, then, taxpayer, you got to pay my debt off so I can go try something else. Like, no, ain't happening. This country could be a lot better if we focus on the things that really matter, not the dumb shit. So. Okay, this is big Greek daddy. Yeah, that's a great name. We need to implement a mandatory tier military. Again, I agree. I 100% agree. Everybody should go serve in the military. Women only. Women, you guys want equality? Step up, get it done. I've seen plenty. I know plenty of chicks going to the military. Good for them. We need more patriotism in this country. Again, when you import the third world, it's very hard to have a patriotic country, right? And again, I've got no problems. You want to take all these illegals that we have here and you want to tell them, you know what? You guys can serve in the military. After you serve your 4-year term, we'll fast track you for citizenship. I'm completely okay with that. Doesn't say much if we got to go to war. You got a bunch of people that aren't necessarily your patriot or your aren't necessarily your citizens going to fight a war. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but at least you get something, right? The taxpayer gets something. That might be worth it. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, let's see. These takes are so low IQ. Well, again, dude, like, I didn't graduate high school. Like, what do you want? That's why I always tell you guys, like, again, I'm the guy. I didn't do the thing. I didn't, get the 4.0 in high school. I wasn't the captain of the football team. I didn't go to the, Yale University. I didn't, become an engineer or a doctor. I didn't become a lawyer. Like, I don't have that story. And yet somehow I figured out how to do this thing. And again, I tell you guys who I am, what I do. I don't try to sell you jack shit. Like, do exactly what I did. I just try to be a voice for somebody who didn't follow the path that made something, right? And again, not rich, we'll never be rich, but I made something that I can give to my fucking kids, right? I made something that I can give to my employees. I made something that will hopefully live longer than me, right? I made something so that when I go to work every day, I go, oh, fuck this. I hate working this job. I hate working for this person. I hate driving. I hate packing my lunch. I hate. This is bullshit. Not fair. I don't do that. I worked in manufacturing for 20 years for other companies. I learned some shit, and then I started my own company. I failed 3 times. I met my wife who could sell and understood marketing and is a gorgeous salesperson, had the skills that I lacked. I brought in the manufacturing experience that I had that I didn't even know I had, and we created something. Now we get to work for ourselves, okay? That's what it is. I still work 70 hours a week. I'm 46 years old. I'll work 70 hours till the day I die. But hopefully, my kids will have something that I didn't have, right? That's the goal. So when people talk low IQ, yeah, I am low IQ, and I fucking figured it out. So why can't more people figure this shit out? It ain't that hard. I shouldn't say it's not. It's a lot of work. It's not that hard, though. All right, let's keep going. We got Lisa 4743, as you can hear again. Oh, sorry, Lisa. This guy's talking stream of consciousness while we talk amongst ourselves. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you for the input. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going through comments. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I need to do better. So let me pull my stream back up here, and let's do better. Let's go and interact with all the comments. Uh-oh, my phone is being goofy here. Oh no, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to go down to the end. I'm going to start interacting with everyone. Let's go through all your guys' comments. Okay, this is Some Dumb Beats. Great name. Hey, MAGA, now that you're against your right to carry, what's it like to stand on nothing? Who's against the right to carry? I'm not against the right to carry. I have plenty of guns. I live in Missouri. This is a constitutional carry state. We're basically like Texas, just farther north. So I don't got no problems. That protester wants to carry a gun to a protest, great, let him, right? What's the problem? Like, bad shit can happen either way. You take a gun, something bad can happen to you. You don't take a gun, something bad can happen to you. If I was going to go to a protest, I'm probably not going to bring a gun with me. But guess what? I'm not going to go to a fucking protest. I watch these protest guys, and I don't know how all these people have time. Like, there's never been something that I've been so whipped up about that I had to go down to protest, especially in 10-degree weather, 0-degree weather, whatever the fuck these people are over there. Nothing. And again, this is the thing. When you have something going on in your life and you like where your life is going, there's very little that's going to derail you. Again, like, I'd rather sit at home and Netflix and jerk off than go down to some stupid protest. Like, what am I going to accomplish? I'm going to go fight my government? Like, I can't even get my government to admit that they harbor pedophiles, and they love to entrap people, and they've got a massive ring of people that are basically just here to blackmail people. Like, what do I care about ICE? Like, I voted for this. In fact, they're not going hard enough, in my opinion. Why would I go down to? There's nothing that I hate weed. When my state legalized weed, I'm like, well, what do I do? That's what they voted for. I can organize a group of people to go fight against weed, but what am I going to do? So, okay, let's see. East Kent Hopes 37. Good to see you here, dude. Thanks. Guys, if you're in the discussion, hit the like button. Continue the discussion. We'll continue to do this thing for another probably 20, 30 minutes if people want, and then we'll get on with our day. So, Trump has no benefits. Well, Trump does have benefits, Kent. East Kent. Trump does have benefits. I got bonus depreciation this year, which means that I can buy a CNC this year for whatever, $20,000, $30,000, and then I get to write off all of that, right? So that means that when I go to do my taxes at the end of the year, I got 30 grand that is going to count against my profits so that I don't have to pay taxes on that money. That's a good thing for me. That basically means that I can literally hire another employee. I can create another taxpayer, right? I could bring in someone to learn how to make furniture, to learn how to build cabinets, right? To learn to paint, to learn to sand, to learn to, deal with primer, to learn transportation, to learn anything, how to fix compressors, how to fix tools, how to work on table saws, how to work on dust collectors. This is a good thing, right? Shutting down the border was probably the single greatest thing any president has done in my lifetime. That's how low the bar is, right? It had to happen. It was wild. You guys want to know why your cost of living is through the roof? You can't afford anything? Try having 10 or 20 million people that aren't supposed to be here. You want to see the cost of houses coming down? How many houses would go on the market if 20,000 illegal immigrants disappeared like that? And you might say, oh, well, who's going to build the homes? Who's going to build? Trust me, we'll figure that part out. We can figure out anything. This idea that America can't do anything, like, I'm here to tell you guys that the mind of being an American and being an entrepreneur is, I wouldn't say it's dead, but it's been really perverted, right? So this idea that you're an entrepreneur, if you use the third world to build products, you bring that money back here, you charge 10 times what you paid for it, sell it to your fellow Americans, and then call yourself a business owner, I think that's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. And these people that go to school, like, so when you get out of high school, now you go to school, and guess what? Your loans pay for you to not have to work. This idea that college kids don't have to work anymore, like, who said that was a good thing? I didn't say it was a good thing. I think it's disgusting. We got a lot of things we need to fix in this country. Okay, let's see. This is Thomas Moore. Thomas Moore, that's a good name. The evils of Trump's dad. Very good, sir. Well, again, it's evils or not evils, right? So, why is this guy evil, right? What, did he screw some people over? Was he a terrible landlord? Was he, again, he started a business and then passed it down to his kids, right? Trump's has all his kids working at his business. Again, I don't necessarily think that Trump is a good guy, but I like that idea for the rest of the country. I want all of you that are watching this stream to be able to start something for yourselves that, again, your kids could work with you on. And maybe you don't like your kids. Maybe you think they're all pieces of shit and you're one of those kind of people. Good for you. Again, I think it's great that you can pass something down. Right? Teach your kids how you operate. Teach your kids whether or not you have ethics. Teach your kids to do what it is you do because it's valuable. If what you do isn't valuable, well, then you got nothing to teach your kids, right? They're just going to go to college. They're going to learn some fucking skill that somebody's going to teach them who doesn't actually do anything, right? They're just paid to, give you some information for whatever, a semester, and then they move on to the next kids. They're fill their heads full of shit too. Again, you can control what your kids learn. You can control what the people around you learn, how valuable they are, and you can give them either a great sense of purpose or a terrible sense of purpose. And everyone on here complains about business. Oh, I hate my job. They don't pay enough money. I can't make this. It's always somebody else's fault. You can start a business. You can then be the good employer, the one who pays his employees well, the one that has his employees there for 10 years, 5 years. The people that really matter, you get to make those choices, right? You get to be the thing that you supposedly want in this world, but nobody wants to do it. And again, how can you do it if everyone that you're trying to compete with is just outsourced into the third world? It's very difficult, guys. So, all right, let's keep going. Let's see. Pussyfoot Productions. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Lisa Ann. I'm not a dumb woman. I appreciate men. Again, not saying any woman's dumb. I would never say that. Women are wildly valuable and wildly useful. And yeah, I'm a big fan of women. That's about all I can say about that. Okay, Liam G, 5192, Islamic Patriots, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what that means, dude. Joey Dirt, 69, taxpayers should be more concerned with how much of our money goes to Israel. And again, I don't care about the money. The whole Israel discussion is I think it's a little bit overblown, but if there is, the thing that I think would fix that whole issue, and again, this is like, again, if you want to fix the immigration issue, there's all these very simple fixes, but nobody will do them, right? You want to fix immigration? Just implement E-Verify. Plain and simple. Done. It's gone. It's over. It's over. Because every person's information is cross-referenced to the Social Security system, right? Which everyone's given a birth certificate when they're born, and they're given a Social Security number, okay? They won't do it. It's very simple. Not going to happen, right? Chamber of Commerce, never let it happen, okay? You want to fix the Israel situation? All you got to do is say, you know what? No more dual loyalty, right? You can no longer have citizenship in one country and another country. Zero. It's over. We'll fix that problem in a heartbeat. Because the truth is that a lot of our politicians, a lot of the people that are in this country, they have dual loyalship. They have dual citizenship in these countries, and the truth is that they are not loyal to this country. And that is a major problem. Major problem. You know, so until we're willing to call those people out, you know, it's like this Ted Cruz guy, like that guy or that Randy Fine guy. It's like you wouldn't even know these people are American. They're such cucks for this other country. And it doesn't have to be Israel. It could be any country. It'd be like someone, you know, advocating for Qatar or Saudi Arabia or Russia or any of these countries and standing up there like, yeah, these people first, you know, without Israel, America's nothing. You know, if Israel falls, America falls. These people that say this kind of shit, it's disgusting. Like, this is America. We are Americans. We are the greatest country that has ever existed in the history of civilization. And we act like we're just, you know, one country among many. You know, and that's not true, guys. You know, we need a little bit more patriotism in this country, and we need a better class of politician to project that, right? And to let people know, like, yeah, France is great. France is, you know, makes really nice clothes, and Italy makes really nice cars, you know, and Russia makes, you know, whatever the hell Russia makes, you know, great oil, great gas. I mean, like it's okay to let a country be really good at something, but it's okay for America to also be great at something. Like, you guys notice that America basically creates everything? Like, we create everything. Everything you guys are using right now was created by an American, right? Might not be manufactured here, which is my big problem, you know, but we make everything. Like, America's the greatest place that's ever lived, guys. There's nothing more, like, again, as someone who's married to an immigrant, there's nothing more that people want in the world than to come to America where they can literally do and be whoever it is they want to be. The reason illegal immigrants outwork all of us is because they've never had the opportunity to work 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week. And we say, oh, businesses just want people that want to work tons of hours for no pay. It's like, no, you people are fucking naive, man. Like, these people want to work 100 hours a week because they can take all that money and they can buy the things they want to buy. They can send money back home, take care of their kids, their family, all this kind of thing. They have the opportunity that a lot of Americans don't realize we have here. I mean, it's here. It's still here today. And we just choose to pick on other people, you know, denigrate this group, denigrate that group of people, you know, instead of looking in the mirror and go like, wait, we got this great fucking thing here. Like, we really need to work on, take advantage of what we have here instead of fucking complaining constantly. Sorry, guys, I know I'm just, okay, it's Thomas Moore back in here. Okay, what do you think of the sinking paper dollar? Well, so this is Thomas Moore. This is actually a great question. So I think that the dollar's done. I think that the monetary system that we have today is done. I think that as every year, and this is how you guys know this thing, right? So ever since COVID happened, a lot of people like to say, oh, this stuff was happening before COVID. Like, no, it was manageable before COVID, right? But we printed $11 trillion during COVID, right? We printed so much money that everyone was just buying anything they wanted, right? They bought. And what happened is, because there were nobody working, right? They said, everyone stay home. Let the third world make everything. Let all the, the lower class people go to work and make shit, right? And then they're gonna, take care of all of us. When they did that, it caused the price of everything to shoot through the roof. Because when you give everyone money, guess what? Everyone can afford everything. And they do end up with what we have what's called an everything bubble. And the cost of every fucking thing has shot through the roof. Absolutely shot through the roof, right? So money is essentially worthless now. And everyone says, oh, the cost of everything's going up. The cost of, like, no, it's the printing of money, guys. It's the dollar does not buy anything anymore. Therefore, you need more dollars to buy anything, which is why the cost of everything goes up. And very difficult to get people to understand this concept, but the dollar's done. It's fucking done, guys. They're trying to bring in crypto right now. They're trying to find another monetary system because everyone knows that the dollar is, it's worth nothing. And again, the dollar only has value if the people believe in it, right? And people are losing faith in the dollar. Like when you go to work and you go work for 8 hours and you come home and you don't have any fucking money. It costs more to go to work than you get paid. That's because the dollar's not worth anything. It's not worth a thing, And again, when I talk about small business and big business wants this to happen. When I talk about small business, again, more people need to work for small businesses and start small business because we pay all of our people really well. We give out raises every year. We give bonuses every year. The years that we don't make money, guess what? We go to our people, we say, hey, we don't make money. And they know we didn't make money because maybe we had to sell a car. Maybe we had to sell something in the business, right? Maybe we mortgaged our home. We're very open and transparent about how our business is doing, how we're treating our people. We're not just giving our money away to rich people, people that have a stock, right? We're not just giving our money away to all the managers and the C-suite executives, because they hit their quota of laying off a bunch of fucking people, okay? We have got to work on this, right? The dollar is losing an insane amount of value because the federal government keeps printing money. And it's only going to get worse, guys. The thing is, if whatever, like say we got whatever, $100 trillion in currency that is in circulation right now. Every year we keep adding $2 trillion to that every single year. What happens to all those dollars? The value goes down and down and down and down. Meanwhile, we have to pay interest on that debt that we print every year because you can't just print money for the sake of printing money. You have to actually issue a bond for it, right? So when we do that, we're paying debt to people. And that debt is going to be the highest line item on our budget next year, over $1 trillion. And I don't think you guys understand this. And so the poor people, they say, well, we can't afford anything. We need more money, right? And the politicians are like, yeah, we need your vote, so we're going to give you money. And then when it comes time to do the budget, the businesses are like, well, fuck that, man. We need tax cuts, right? Otherwise, we got to raise prices. And they're like, well, let's give you some tax cuts. So now we're bringing in less money. Well, we've got $5 trillion coming in, and we need $7 trillion to buy off all the votes and buy off all the people that we need to make America work. And so they keep printing the money every single year. No one's willing to say, you know what? I don't need tax cuts. And you know what? I don't need welfare. No one's willing to do it. Like, I'm going to take better care of myself, so I don't need fucking healthcare. Like, you guys ever notice, like, healthcare is like the #1 issue in this country? Like, I haven't had healthcare in a decade. Whenever I have to go to the doctor, I just pay cash. I tore my meniscus, and guess what? It healed itself in 2 months. I didn't have to go have surgery, go have a bunch of MRIs done. Like, again, like I got something called polymyositis, right? Super scary. Your whole body swells up. You get inflammation all over. Like I went from running marathons and ultra marathons and doing push-ups and pull-ups to not being able to do a push-up, okay? Again, I went to the doctor, got some blood work. They told me what it was. It's gone. It just takes time. We've forgotten that we don't need to blow so much goddamn money at the federal level. If states want to do this stuff, let the states do it. But we're all being fleeced, guys. Everyone is being fleeced. And I hate to say this, but more people need to live with their family. And again, let's contract this bitch a little bit and it will get better, but there's going to be some pain at some point. Nobody wants to experience any pain. You can't buy votes with pain. Austerity, you're never going to get elected. And everyone is just trying to get elected, and career politicians, everyone wants to be in office forever. Again, if your job was to be basically sent up by your state to go work for 4 years, you're going to go work for the fucking people. Guaranteed, but that's not what happens. We get lifetime politicians that work for the people that continue to pay them. They're getting $174,000 from the taxpayer, but they're getting $2 or $3 million a year from all the large corporations that are influencing their votes and influencing how policy really works in America. So, Yeah, the dollar's in trouble, man. Like it's until we stop printing money, we're fucked. We're just fucked. And again, nobody is going to stop spending money. Again, the poor want their Section 8, they want their welfare, their WIC, their vouchers. People that want healthcare, they want every fucking thing that happens to them to be paid for by healthcare. You get sick, go to the doctor, costs you nothing. Break your arm, go to the doctor, costs you nothing. You know, get cancer, go to the doctor, costs you nothing. At some point, we have to expect more of people. People got to pay for their own fucking way. That goes for businesses. That goes for... Sorry, guys. All right, so let's keep going through the comments. Let's see. This is Third Door. Shirt puree. I don't know what that shirt puree means. So this is Swanky Sasquatch. 66. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you guys. Get hit the like button. Now discussion. We're talking Epstein. We've got to talk about all kinds of issues though. So we're just kind of going back and forth. I'm just bantering back and forth with people. I appreciate everyone hanging out this morning. This is like I said, I'm gonna get my 3,000 watch hours. I'm super close, guys. So I think this video will probably put me over the top. And I really appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all of you being here. Okay, the Duffs 411 Axions, man. Somebody's got some crazy names. True. All right, Third Door. MAGA with a heat pump. Or a heat lamp. Back with you. I got the leg lamp. You guys see the leg lamp behind me? That's kind of become my thing. Like I love Christmas, even though I don't decorate much. I love the Christmas movies. 80s for me is super nostalgic, and the 80s movies, Christmas Story, freaking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I watch those movies year round. I like them. I think they're just awesome. You know, I think they're great movies. All right, so this is see some dumb beats again here again. Have right to carry, but they could kill you for it. No, and that's not right. But again, this is the thing. It's like, you have to understand that this goes with anything in life. Like when you're going through some shit's gonna happen, you know? And this is, whether it's in business, your personal life, at a protest, right? Again, cops are trained to deal with things, but you can't expect a cop to be perfect. And again, we're judging these people from 100 people with their cameras, because you guys notice that, like, instead of actually doing some shit, everyone gets out with their phone. They're all taking people, like, oh, look at this, because they all want to be viral. Like everyone wants to be on, they want to be YouTube famous because they don't want to actually make money the old-fashioned way, which is fucking making something for somebody else. They want to make content, right? And that's why everyone's got their cameras out there and they're judging these ICE officers for killing this guy. And again, they'll get judged. There's lots of video out there and they'll get whatever is coming to them. But at the same time, you can't necessarily just point the finger at them. Like the guy brought a gun. I don't know much about that story. I just know that in the real world, things happen. Like you got to make microsecond decisions, especially in a situation like that, super chaotic, you know? And again, my thing is, I don't know what the fuck all those people are doing there. Yeah. There's nothing I would want to protest. Where are all these protesters coming from? Like, what is something that you guys would leave and go out in 10-degree weather and go protest for? Like, what are you going to leave your family for and go protest for? What are you going to leave the comfort of your home with your computers and your beautiful views and your 80-inch televisions? Like, what are you going to leave to go protest for? Like, put it in the comments. I want to know what it is. Because yeah, like this guy who's a nurse going and protesting thing. Like, yeah, I don't want anyone to die, and everyone should protest, and that's your thing. But I don't know if that guy was there to protest. I think the guy was there to stir up shit, you know? And again, these ICE people, like someone has to kick these people out. Like, what are we doing? 75 million people elected somebody to kick out these people. Mass deportations, not criminals, not anybody. They wanted mass accountability. You come into this country, you're fucking gone. You can't expect the rest of the world to not come here if you aren't really, what's that word I'm looking for? You're not executing the law with extreme prejudice, right? You have to do it, and it's not comfortable, and I don't know what people were expecting. Like, again, you don't have to like Trump, you don't have to like his policies, but this is what people voted for. This is going to happen. But it's bad. It's going to get bad, guys. Like, it's going to get worse. Like, I tell my wife all the time, like we were way to the left. Like, Biden just really was, really bad for small business and for a lot of people. And he really went after his enemies. And then, of course, he pardoned everyone, which is all you need to know, right? So don't even try to argue about this one. But we were way over here to the left, okay? We're just getting back to about the center, okay? We haven't even gone this way yet. Like, trust me, it's going to get worse, guys. and honestly, I welcome it. Like, I want people to understand that when you vote, it matters. It matters. It really does. So, all right, let's keep going. This is, who we got in here? Some dumb 78, or 98, 79. No, it's not. Dude never used fun. Dude was on the ground. Okay, well, again, I don't know much about the situation. I've watched what I've seen on X, and that's it. Like I said, I don't watch normal television anymore. You couldn't pay me to watch cable, all those fucking boomers and their dick pills and gold advertisements and drug advertisements. Like, these people are disgusting. Like, I hope you guys understand. Like, the only reason you have all those hot chicks on Fox News is because old men like to look at that shit, right? Which is kind of a little bit Jeffrey Epstein-like. I hate to say it. You go on CNN and it's just every color of person you could possibly see. We gotta make sure we gotta make sure we got a gay woman, and we gotta have a gay guy, and we gotta have a straight man and a straight woman, and we gotta have people from India, and it's like, it's so transparent what all these people do. It's like, just tell me the fucking news. I don't care about your hot blondes or your gay women. Like, I don't give a shit. I just want to know the fucking news, and they don't do that anymore. It's all propaganda. It's all a way to get advertising dollars, right? Which is what you guys see on YouTube, what you see on X, what you see on all these guys. Like I was saying, the woodworkers you guys see on YouTube, like, they're all fucking posers. Every one of them. They don't make any money selling furniture, right? And if they do, it's a tiny part of their profit and loss statement, okay? They're making their money going for clicks, going for advertisements, being, Ford ambassadors, selling knives, T-shirts, coffee cups, anything but furniture. Anything but furniture. They'll sell you drawings. They'll sell you plans on how to make furniture. They're not going to sell you furniture because it's fucking hard, right? And so they're all posers, guys. That's why I do these streams. Real company. Go to theirSplendorCrow.com. I don't sell you jack shit except furniture. That's it. We make furniture. We paint furniture. We sell vintage furniture. Grew it from literally a garage down the street, okay, into what we have now. Real people talking about real things, selling real products. Not some fake ass bullshit. So when you see these people on YouTube, they're always like, oh, I'm so funny. Look what I'm doing. I'm going to make this. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to try and entertain you. I'm so funny. Why don't you watch me every week as I act like a fucking retard? Okay? People love that shit. I don't do that. I don't do that. I got a business. I got people. I don't have time to act like a comedian. Like, it's like, real life's not a comedian. It's not a show. Like, we have real jobs here. We have real things going on. So keep going. All right, Lisa Ann, traders. Yeah, man, they are all traders. All right, so Swikey Sasquatch, subscribe. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Like I said, I've been in business for 10 years, and again, anyone ever comes to St. Louis, y'all just go look up their Splendor Crow, come say hi. Come tell me you talk shit to me on YouTube, or you like me on YouTube, you like to see what I do, you want a job, whatever. Come in. I'm always available to people. It's the building with the big pink door. Okay, Thomas Moore says, I think the USA dollar is in trouble, unfortunately. Yeah, dude, you're 100% right. We got Max Studios, Trump. Yeah, okay, yeah, Trump's all right, man. He's just disappointing. Okay, you're literally not literate enough to have a proper discussion. Okay, well, I am discussing. We got hundreds of people on here. We probably got thousands of people came through to watch this stream. And so people stuck around. We got 100 right now, I think, and I don't know how many people are actually watching, but I mean, that's not nobody. And I am dumb. I tell people I never graduated high school, guys. Like, I grew up in Hick, Corvallis, Oregon, right? Who came out of Corvallis, Oregon, right? There's that fighter guy I found out was from Corvallis, Oregon, the UFC guy, Randy Couture. Like, he came out of Corvallis, Oregon. Gary Payton, the famous basketball player for the Seattle Supersonics, he went to Oregon State University, this little tiny town that I'm from. But I didn't follow the path, guys, and that's why I think that the content is relevant to a lot of people, because we don't always want to watch people that follow the path, because most people don't follow the path. But you can make it. You can have an interesting life. You can talk about interesting things. You can have a voice. You can do a lot of things. You don't have to follow the path, So, all right, let's see. Is this HBW73? What? That's a lot of characters. You are dumb. Okay, cool, man. Thanks, guys. Hit the like button. I appreciate your comment. Let's see. Liam says, traders, what she said. Scumdum Beats says, hey, Duff, later today, please think on it. Thomas Moore says, some, I agree. So good, we got a lot of content, got a lot of people interacting in the chat. I kind of like that. That's kind of what I like to do with the people that I watch. I watch a guy called the Uneducated Economist. He's out of Astoria, Oregon. Talks about the lumber industry a lot, which is really cool. He talks about gold and silver and finance and Bitcoin Bitcoin. Interesting. There's a lot of cool streamers out there, you guys. Okay, this is Swiss Michael 78 says, compared to Swiss francs, dollar lost 50% of its value. Playing online poker for dollars, isn't that funny? That's hilarious. Yeah, I love online poker. Okay, Lisa says, thanks for the stream. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Anyone that's hung out in the stream, I really do value your time. I appreciate everyone hanging out. I'm doing the same. I'm trying to chat, have interactions with people about relevant topics, and then guess what? I'm going to work. It's Sunday, but I'm still going to go to work today. I got to go feed my birds, hang out with the wife for a minute, and then go do my thing. All right, gold and silver crashing since Trump's new. I don't know anything about the gold and silver thing. I just heard silver's gone crazy busy, crazy high, and everything's kind of falling right now, but it'll come back up. All right, next live is in here. Co3GK. Hey, what's up? What's up, next live? Appreciate you being here, dude. All right, streaming the last couple comments. The Duff's 411 action. Let's see, laughing at the delivery comment was some dub, not you. You're just way behind the comment section. I know, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get better at the streams, guys. Like it just it takes time. It's like the streaming is like anything in life. Like you just got to do it. And you just got to listen to people tell you you're an idiot and tell you don't know what you're doing and blah blah blah. And you said I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So hang with me, guys. Watch a couple more streams. We'll see if I get better. This is hey resolved yeet lord 8340. Work is easy. If you can't sell furniture without comparing yourself to the poor, that's mental. Okay, well, I don't quite know what you're saying there, but I appreciate the comment and elaborate for me. Congressman Randy Weber in Texas has vowed to help roll back the age of consent to 14, like 1930s in the country with the. I've heard there's a couple of politicians that are like that, and to me, that's kind of creepy. But in his defense, what I will say is that we used to get married younger. We used to have kids a lot younger. And what happened is once we started, sending everyone to college, we basically just, kids are on their parents' health care until they're 26 now. I think that's fucking mental. You guys use the word mental. I use the word retarded. I think that's bullshit. Kids need to be kids when they're 18. That's what I think. And then I think that we've let children who are actually adults get to play child for way longer than they need to. I think it's a massive problem. That's one of the reasons that we have all these luxury beliefs. You see all these people out protesting. I think a lot of these are adults who are allowed to be kids for way too long. Like life hasn't kicked them in the teeth enough yet. So, okay, and another thing, like going to college and working, I think we've got too many people, they go to college, they don't work, right? So they don't learn about how the world really works. And so when they come out of college, they've had 4 years of getting to be a child, and it mentally stagnates where they should be, so that's just me. Mom said online poker was better in 2005 by law. Oh, really? I didn't know. I just started playing, online stuff. It's kind of fun, but yeah, I didn't know it was even a thing back then. I thought online gambling was always illegal, but man, I guess not. So I'm behind the loop. So, all right, let's see, the revolve is in here again. That's not how it works or why, but okay. All right, well, whatever you say, man. Good comment. Who's this? Brian McCarthy. I don't think we've had you yet. 3262. Why don't you stick to selling furniture and not selling policy because you're very bad at it? Well, again, like I said, I most of my content is geared towards furniture and the business of furniture. But when I do my live streams, I just like to talk about popular topics because, again, like I tell you guys, we're real people. And I try and tell you guys this all the time. When you see all these people on YouTube, you never see them as they really are. You only see the caricature that they want to try and sell advertising with. They want to try and sell products with. They have to be this thing that's hyper palatable. And I'm here to tell you guys that people aren't really palatable. Like we all have ideas and thoughts and takes on things that aren't going to be hyper palatable for advertisers. And guess what? I sell furniture to a lot of fucking people. I don't have to, be a bitch to subscribers. I don't have to be a bitch for clicks. I don't have to be who everybody wants me to be so I can sell Pepsi and Ford trucks and knives and T-shirts and all. I don't have to. It's not a part of my gig. It's not a part of my shtick, right? I talk about whatever I want to talk about on my live streams. The rest of it's all business and furniture, So again, try getting your other people you follow on YouTube to do that. Ain't happening. They're not going to do it because they don't actually do real work. They sell sponsorships, guys. And that's what I'm telling you. If you want to have a real business, you want to have something that you really pass down to your kids other than money, start a business. It's hard, really hard. So, but again, you can do it. Start a business, come back on my stream, and then tell me what I don't know. So that's what I really want to see. All right, let's see here. So, but Brian, I appreciate this. Is Brian McCartney. Appreciate your name. Appreciate your comment. Again, hit the discussion or hit the like button, add the discussion. I'll do another 2 minutes here, and then I'm going to go. I'll give us 100 minutes. I think that's plenty for today. Again, I really do appreciate everyone's time, so thanks for participating, guys. All right, Thomas Moore says, I wonder if anyone knows how powerful a shot is. I don't know what that is, dude. Third Door says, we need more ice. I agree. Now, again, when we talk about the ice thing, like I'm of both opinions on things. If we want to kick all these people out, which is what everyone voted for, that voted for Trump, then that's what you do, right? And fuck the haters. People want to cry and whine about it, like they can all get fucked. That's what was voted for. Now, if you want to give these people amnesty, vote to give them amnesty, and that's what we'll do. And I'm okay with that too. But we have to follow the law, and we don't do that. Everyone just looks the other way when it's something that they don't want to deal with. or they want to have an opinion, or they want to try and, get some outrage going on. They always look the other way, right? Unless it's the issue that they care about. Suddenly they want to care about the law, which is fucking bullshit. So, okay, let's see. You are real, so all is good. I hope I'm real, man. That's what I hope I come across to people. Like I said, you guys go to what it is that I do and what I talk about. Like I said, this is what I want to do. I work so much. I'm basically around my wife and my employees, and that's it. Like, this is most of the interaction I get with people. I got a couple business owner friends, but again, they're all busy. Like, they got their own families, they got their own shit to deal with. We text a lot. Sometimes we'll talk on the phone, but for the most part, we're all workers, guys. And that's why when I see things like protesters, I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, who has time for this shit? But clearly people do, So, all right, let's see here. Let's go back here. Swiss Michael, I always thought the Constitution is holy. I always thought the Constitution is holy for Americans, but I guess it's over. The USA grew up with it. Yeah, man, and you said a mouthful there, dude. I agree with you. Like, the Constitution just isn't what it used to be. And it's not even the Constitution. Like, everyone loves to talk about the Constitution, but what people don't like to talk about is the rule of law. I mean, again, the reason people were allowed to come into this country and flood the country is because no one wanted to follow the law. It was easier to just look the other way. Businesses wanted cheap labor, and politicians wanted votes, right? Cheap votes. Bring in a bunch of people to vote for you because you're going to give them free shit. And people are always going to vote for the people that give them stuff, whether it's tax cuts or free shit, right? Section 8, WIC, SNAP benefits, all this kind of stuff. Whatever, Obama phones, remember that was a big thing? Or, people are getting to stay in hotels. And, we've just heard all the stories. I don't know how much of it's true, but again, you got to stop we can't give stuff away. Like, this country has got to stop giving stuff away. And it sounds bad, but it will make our country better. It will make us more resilient, and it will actually make people more compassionate. Because what I've seen in my years of business is I've worked with a lot of the underclass, the poor class. That's literally what our business was founded on, because that was the area that we started the business. But when I started hiring these people, what I realized is that no one has ever expected anything of them. Right? It's just been enough to show up, get some bullshit pay for some bullshit work. The minute you say, you know what, that fucking ain't good enough. Here's how I want you to do it. Then it becomes a battle between who's right? Is what they've known right? Is what they've known good enough? Or is it this other person who is giving them a new set of instruction? Is that person right? And there's this back and forth, right? And unfortunately, we need more of that, right? We need these people to, like, hey, you can do more with your life. There is more that can be. You don't have to live this way. You don't have to be in generational poverty. You can learn something, and guess what? I can teach you this little skill, and you can take that little skill, and you can turn it into another skill, and another skill, and another skill, and before you know what, you got your own thing going on. If that's what you want. Not everyone wants that, but you're doing something that's meaningful, and there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of gratitude at work. I think there's a lot of pride, and I think more people need that kind of stuff, So, but yeah, the Constitution is I don't know, it's in a rough shape, guys. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go with the last couple comments here, and then I gotta go. I appreciate everyone hanging out today. Let's go through 4 or 5 more comments. We're gonna call it a day. So resolve you, Lord. Man, I appreciate you being here, dude. Like, again, I don't necessarily agree with everything says, but I think it's good. I think the back and forth is good. I appreciate everyone's time. See, I will give my kids the world before I die. There's no battle. There is me giving myself for them. It's called sacrifice. And if that's what does it for you, man, awesome. Again, if that's success for you and your kids are happy with that and everyone's happy and everything works, great. Just don't take. Be a giver, don't be a taker. That goes from your fellow man. Like, stop taking from the government. Stop taking from your citizens. And yeah, I was kind of leave with that. So, but again, I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Resolve says, yep. And again, and a lot of people, that's good. That's all that I got, So that's all most of us got. I'm just telling you that we could do more. I believe we can all do more, So, all right, who is more important, the American people or illegals? Yeah, right. And again, Lisa, I'm with you. And again, if you guys want to do mass amnesty for these people, just vote for it. Like, just use our government the way it's supposed to work. Like, the people, like the representatives go write the laws, they pass it, and then it goes to the president signs it, right? I'm okay with whatever we do, but right now, they're illegal, they shouldn't be here, get them out. So that's where I'm at. All right, resolve. Not flexing furniture sales versus homeless. Dude, I don't even know what that means. Yeah, again, a lot of these people, it's like, well, I can only have this or I can only have that. Like, no, people are nuanced. People got all kinds of opinions on all kinds of things. And I think you guys need to hear more nuanced opinions from real people. I think, again, you guys are being propagandized by all these puppets. You guys follow like this fucking Benny Johnson guy who, again, sucks Trump's dick constantly. You follow that Derek Evans guy, massive Trump sucker. You got those K twin guys, like they just love anything that's liberal. You got all these liberal minded people that just they cuck for the only people that they would ever cuck for. And again, there's no nuance with these people. There's not, you know exactly what you're going to get. Like you have no idea what you're going to get with real people. Like go to that Bourbon Mouth guy, or go to who's the other guy, the Cam over at Blacktail Studios. Go to that Four Eyes Geek guy. Like again, these people are never going to tell you anything about what they really think about anything, because all they care about is making money from sponsorships and brand deals, right? Getting clicks, getting paid from YouTube. That's all they care about, guys. Like, there's more to life than just being this one little narrow thing that allows you to make money. You can have more. There can be more in your life. I promise you. It's okay. And people respect you more when you're a real person, right? They might not always buy from you. Like, I could take a hit in my sales or my business if this became a big thing. There's no doubt about it, because you run the risk of alienating who you are. But I also know that my customers are very much like me, right? They've got nuanced takes on all kinds of things. You can't pigeonhole people. And I see a lot of that going on YouTube, a lot of that going on in X, a lot of that going on TikTok. It's like you guys want to get in your fucking echo chambers and you only want to hear what you want to hear. And guess what? Life ain't like that. So get real, dude. Okay, Mom said, I appreciate you being here. My comment on Snap is worthy of a response. Okay, Mom said, I'm going to go back and look to see if you said anything here. I know you said Snap. Well, okay, here we go, Mom said. I'm with you. All right, Snap being fully repealed wouldn't save anyone more than $200 a year, and you'll let kids go hungry for that. Okay, again, it's not about the kids. Not about the kids, right? And this is where I lose people, and we go to this, what I call suicidal empathy, right? And again, as a country that has luxury beliefs, right? We have so many people that have it so good, you can afford to think dumb shit, right? We can afford to care more about climate change than giving people jobs, right? We can outsource all the labor to the third world while advocating for everything that we send over to the third world for advocating for it here in America, right? This is why you guys can't make enough money, why you need SNAP, right? When instead of having a shoe company that makes shoes, and Mom, I'm not saying that that's what you're into, but let's just say you want to make your own shoe company. Good luck fucking making shoes in America, right? So there's so many EPA regulations. You're not gonna be able to make that foam here. You're not gonna be able to start a factory. It takes years just to be able to get a factory going in America because of all the EPA and OSHA red tape that you have to go through, the permitting, the inspections, all the bullshit. It's so much easier to send all that work overseas and then talk about how green you are here in America. Like, you're fucking hypocrite. The reason you need SNAP is because we don't have the workers here making real money. You guys want SNAP. All the businesses want fucking tax cuts. And then we just need to keep ratcheting up how much money we need every fucking year. And we print whatever we don't have, right? Because you can never say no because it's impossible to get elected. So think about the big picture. Again, it's not about kids, right? It's about votes. And again, no one ever wants to see a kid go hungry. And here's the real truth. Kids wouldn't go hungry in America. There's lots of people that would love to help kids. It would donate to shelters. It would donate to the churches. It would donate to food banks. It would donate to whatever. There are more jobs for people. Get more dads making money. Get more moms making money, right? Like, there's a lot of things we can do, but to just call something gross because of the children, again, no one gave a fuck about the children at Epstein. But now we're going to SNAP kids? Like, suddenly we care about SNAP kids? Like, should we care about all kids? And again, if you're going to have kids, like, shouldn't you have a way to pay for them? Maybe stop sending all the work overseas, right? You go to college for 4 years, get some bullshit degree, get some job, doesn't pay you any fucking money. Like, maybe we got to fix that issue. More jobs, better pay, stop printing money, stop giving out money to poor people, stop giving out money to businesses, and everyone just pay their fucking share. And it'll be better for everyone. But again, can't buy votes that way. Not going to happen. The pain is too much. A year or two of pain, nobody will have it. Nobody. And we'll continue to do what we're going to do, which is the slow spiral into inevitability. So anyway, but Mom, like I said, I appreciate the comment. I love going back and forth with you, and we can agree to disagree, or we could just straight up disagree, and I will absolutely hear your point. But this idea that people just like suddenly everything I say is null and void because you said the children. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right. Mom said you won't comment on the hard ones. Keep it abstract. No, and again, I'm trying, Mom. Like I really am. Like I've had so many comments and so many. It's impossible for me to keep up. I'm trying to do better, and I think that's why a lot of these people, when they do these streams, they kind of just talk for the most part. I don't know if they're doing a ton of interaction. What I've noticed is you'll get like 20 minutes of talking, and then they'll go do maybe 20 minutes of interacting with very specific comments that are super relevant to whatever they want to talk about. So maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to scroll through and only talk to the people that have a comment that I want to talk about. But I try and just talk to everybody. I'm trying to just run through and engage with this. I'm looking for new people. You know, like this. Who's this? This is Optimus 19572. Who's to say it was a good comment? Just because you can't bait him doesn't mean that he isn't answering you on person. Yeah, and again, that's the thing. Like I said, I'm learning, guys. Like I'm not a pro at this. I'm trying to get better, and this is something that I can do on Sundays when I don't want to go into work right away, when I would just rather hang out at home and comment on things. And like I said, just try to be a real person that has a business that I would like to see more people do the same thing. All right, so let's find a few more comments, guys, and then I gotta go. I'm sorry. I really appreciate everyone being here. I'm trying to get through things. So this is Foo Bits is new. I'm a theoretic. Neither the blue PDFs or red PDFs are going to fix anything. Yeah, I get it, dude. I think we're in trouble. So Mom said, again, I'm not going to read any more comments at this point, but I appreciate you adding in. Hit the next stream, guys. Come in for the next streams, and I'll interact with people. I'm trying to do better. I'll try and find comments that are maybe a little more relevant, but I appreciate everyone adding their stuff in here, and I see a lot of it, and I appreciate everyone participating in the discussion. I know this Epstein thing is a hot topic for people, and people seem to really care about it, but it's less about Epstein. It's more about the people that aren't asking why these people are allowed to do what they're able to do. Why was the CIA okay with all of this happening? Why was the FBI okay with this? And when they hide behind sources and methods, and they hide behind, well, this is how government works, we got to fix the government. We got to get a better class of people in here. We got to get people that are really going to go after the rule breakers and the people that are breaking our laws, violating our Constitution. We got to go after those people. You know, and again, if Trump doesn't come down on these people, and if Congress doesn't come down on Trump for being a part of this, if they don't go after this Howard Lutnick guy, we know nothing's going to happen. Howard Lutnick is the worst excuse because he brought his wife in on it. That's the thing I don't like. When he was talking to Epstein, he told on a live interview that, we're never going to associate with that guy ever again. His wife says, yeah, we can't do that. And again, they're both emailing this fucking sick guy years later and asking when they're going to come hang out. Like, you can't have these people lying. You can't have the people in your government lying to you guys. So anyway. Okay, honey pot blackmailed politics, that's why. Okay, this is the tough 411. Okay, good, guys. Have a great weekend. Let's do this again. We'll pick another topic for Monday, and we'll argue bad back and forth again. So